Recall how we described the argument cycle previously as one big unending circle of assumption, action, comeback, assumption, action, comeback, on and on. As long as we are stuck in that cycle, the conflict will not be resolved. Worse, the longer it goes on, the more likely we are to start pulling in other issues and previous conflicts, so that by the time all is said and done, we're no longer even fighting about whatever little thing triggered the fight in the first place. We've said that we cannot change someone else's comeback. We can work to change our own, as described in the last activity, but even if we do so, we cannot control what assumptions someone else makes about whatever response we make. And we've learned that we can check our own assumptions, as difficult as that can be in the moment, but having a better understanding of the other person still doesn't change the fact that we're having a disagreement right here, right now. So the only place we can realistically break out of the cycle of the conflict is in that action phase. Typically, when we're just going with the flow, the action is or becomes our comeback. We dispute the other person's facts. We shut them out and stonewall. We try to one-up them with something even worse or more annoying or more irresponsible we believe to be true about them. None of these actions has any chance of de-escalating a conflict. We need to school ourselves to take a deep breath, focus on remaining calm, not rise to provocation, and insist on taking a timeout. We may need to be the one to say, "I'm going for a walk to cool down. Please wait here." Or, "We should talk about this when we're both more prepared. Why don't you make a list of your key points? I'll make one of mine and we can discuss them Friday after work." In an intimate relationship, it may be valuable to reaffirm to the other person that you are not abandoning or discounting them. And if you say you'll discuss the issue later, you need to do it. Do not use this breathing space as an excuse to retreat and hope they'll forget all about it. They won't. And they won't trust you in the future if you try to make a healthy space again. Getting out of the immediate conflict allows us to calm down and approach the situation with our more rational, reasonable mind, and to be more able to consider someone else's point of view without heightened emotions or defensiveness. The challenge is in learning to do so even when the other person really doesn't want to let the fight go. But when you can do that, you're well on the way to resolving issues more completely, more cooperatively, and more permanently.